Hi everyone. In this video we are looking at section 4.4, Simplifying Radicals. More specifically, we're looking at adding and subtracting radicals that contain variables. When we are adding and subtracting radicals, we have to ensure that they are like radicals. And this does not change when our radicals have variables. So let's take a look at example 6a and see if we meet the appropriate conditions. So for us to say that we actually have like radicals, we have to make sure that our indexes match, right? So as it happens here, all of these are square roots, which of course means our index is 2. It's the same for each radical, so we know that that condition is met. And of course, our radicals must also have matching radicands, which happens to be the variable x in each case. So we're good. These are like radicals and we can add and or subtract them. We also have to consider, because we have variables, what the restrictions are. So let's take a look at that first. Because we're dealing with a square root, we have an index that's an even number. And anytime we have an even index, we should remember that we cannot take the square root or an even root of a variable that is negative. So our restriction then is that x must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go ahead now and actually do the addition and subtraction. So of course we're going to look at the coefficients, which are 3, 5, and of course even though it's not written here, in this case it would be -1. So let's add those coefficients and subtract. So we have 3 plus 5 subtract 1. And that's all multiplied by the square root of x. And now all we have to do is just to add and subtract these numbers. So we have 3 plus 5, which is 8, minus 1, which is 7, times the square root of x. And since we've already stated our restrictions, and this cannot be simplified, we are done.